So what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Country Investor. My name is Robert. This is your first time tuning in. So as you can tell, it's a little chilly outside. It's about in the 30s. My dogs love it. She's a puppy. She's just running around in the brush. And then the other one's over here just sniffing the ground. But anyways, yeah, it's a nice rainy day here in South Texas. I wanted to put this video together to basically tell others what I have learned doing businesses, growing businesses, things like that. I'm still early on in my journey, but I'm going to share what I have learned so far. This came about from a post I posted on Facebook. I put together a quick little post on Facebook, just basically stating the things I have learned while running businesses, and it got a lot of reactions and a lot of good positive feedback from it. So I thought I'd go ahead and put a YouTube video on it, just going over what I posted. So here we go, guys. Here are 3 things that I have learned since running businesses. First one is going to be being the cheapest on the market or the cheapest service is not a good business strategy unless you are a huge corporation like a Walmart, Amazon, things like that, where you have a huge amount of capital to work with. Working with a loss or working with very short profit margins, in my opinion, is not the best way to go about it, because one, it puts you at a disadvantage. If you want to grow, you're not going to have the capital there because you're not making any money if you're working at a loss. Also, you don't have a whole lot of room when you're working with low margins. Again, this is assuming you are the average business owner and you're not working with millions or billions of dollars of working capital. This is going to be more for the average person trying to grow a business. Being the cheapest service around, for one, is going to start attracting the wrong type of people you probably want on your business. For instance, I'll kind of give you an example. So we have Airbnbs. My businesses are Airbnbs. By the way, you can check these out. These are called Geodomes of South Texas. That's where I'm at right now. This one is not booked for the next couple hours, so I'm shooting a video here. But being the cheapest around in our case is not what we are trying to do. We're trying to provide a service. We're trying to provide an experience. We are trying to just give the overall best experience we can get for guests. So we charge accordingly. We are not the cheapest place around, but we're also not the most expensive. We are priced accordingly for what we feel we provide. We have, just kind of going off on the tangent, we have 5-star reviews from approaching, I want to say 30, 40 reviews already. All 5 stars, thank God, right? But we do try our best. Again, we are charging for that kind of experience. We are not here to be a $50 a night hotel. We're not here to be a $1,000 a night hotel. We're pricing our geodomes, our Airbnbs accordingly for the people that want to come out and experience this. This isn't going to be just a one-night turnover $50 a night room. This is something that's an experience. So that's what we charge for. It's for that experience. Obviously, you stay in this cool geodome too. I mean, that's pretty cool. Now, from the other side of things, if you are the cheapest around, so when you think of cheapest, usually you're thinking about labor workers. You're thinking about construction workers, mechanics, things like that. So whenever I personally think of the cheapest work, so if I'm going and getting quotes, and I get this guy who's really expensive, I get this guy who's in the middle, and I get this guy who's really cheap, for me, I'm looking at it as this guy doesn't value his time correctly, or he's just trying to make a quick buck, or he's just not very confident with what he does, so he has to charge a certain price. That's what I'm thinking about when I'm thinking the cheapest. I'm not usually going to go with the cheapest guy because personally I don't feel like that's the right decision if it's an important decision. If it's with my car, I want it to run right, I want it to work correctly. If it's with construction, I want the construction build to last for a very, very long time. If I go with the cheapest people around, I may not be getting the best service or the best build for my money. So I'd rather go either with the higher end or the medium end. The medium end may just be, this is how I look at it, right? I look at it as he's trying to give you a fair price for the value he's going to provide you. He's not trying to, as the saying goes, poke your eyes out or cost you an arm and a leg. He's trying to be reasonable with his services. He has experience. He knows what he's doing, but he's also trying to provide value and maybe build his client base at this point. So that's why he's a little cheaper than some of the higher end people. So now when I think about the higher end people who are the most expensive, I kind of look at it two ways. Either one, they're just overpricing the products and it's actually not worth what they are trying to get out of it, or two, it actually is worth what they are charging. Obviously, you have to pay to find out, right? But those are where I kind of see the higher end prices. You're either overcharging and it's not worth, your service is not worth what you're charging, or two, your service is worth what it's charging. Obviously, you're just gonna have to find out. Of course, if you are, say for instance, building a custom home versus a cookie cutter home, obviously you're gonna be paying a premium for that type of home. That's what you're getting. You're getting that type of quality. Of course, the construction work is gonna fit in there as well. But that's what I'm trying to say is you may be getting what you're paying for on the higher end, or you may not. The second thing I talked about on my post was clients will become your best friends faster than your friends will become clients. So I have had multiple, I guess, small businesses that have kind of started. Some have failed, some have done well. The one that I personally think of the most is my hunting business. So the hunting business, I was able to get exposure to a lot of really cool people from all walks of life. And what I noticed was not a lot of actual friends that maybe I have on Facebook or any kind of social medias, or friends that I've had from high school and college, with the exception of like a few, very, very, very few. We're talking like 3 or 4 max, actually came out and paid me to come and hunt on my properties, right? Versus when I would advertise it, I had people from different either countries or different states either drive or fly down to South Texas to come and hunt with me. Again, that's why I kind of put that saying together. I know you guys have probably seen it, so wasn't the original poster of this, but I've seen it before. Never really understood it till I kind of started doing my own thing, doing my own businesses. I was like, God dang, that is true. I have gotten some really good friends out of that business that I could actually call friends today, that we still communicate and that actually inspire me. A lot of people who, for one, can afford to do these types of hunts have a different mindset than some people as well. A lot of these people sometimes are well off and they have a specific mindset. So we were able to get along in that aspect aside from the hunting. Obviously, I like to hunt. They like to hunt. That's why they're here. We already have that in common. But besides that, a lot of these people were successful. And I would have never known that people that were hunters would even have that type of success mentality or that drive. Would have never known that had I not started that business. And I learned a lot from these people. They've mentored me in some form or fashion. Maybe I had a question and I could go to them. So again, I gained some good friends out of that business that, looking back, not a lot of my friends that were on Facebook or Instagram or anything like that actually came out and hunted with me. It was mainly from outside people that I never knew before the business that came and hunted with me and have since become friends of mine. Now, the third and final thing is going to be never meet expectations, always exceed. So you may have heard this over and over again. It's kind of cliche to say that, but it's actually really true. When you have a business, you'll see how true it is. Specifically for us, for our Airbnbs, I'll give you an example right now. So we had somebody just stay these past couple days. They are having an anniversary. We actually have a cool wedding engagement proposal coming up, actually, so we're getting set up for that. But anyway, that's a side note. So we had them come out for their anniversary. The young lady was booking it for her and her husband. She wanted just a card. She just asked us if we could put, a small little card just as a little token to her husband as he walks in. He can see it, and he would be surprised. Well, if we would have just gotten the card and put it, on display for them, that would have been meeting expectations. She would have came in, wow, this is a cool place. This is unique. The card is really good, right? Whatever. But what we did is we ended up translating it because she spoke Spanish. So we couldn't find any cards in Spanish, actually, by the way. We looked at Target, Walmart, a couple dollar stores and things like that. We couldn't find a card in Spanish for anniversary, right? So what we did, we just bought it in English and we ended up translating it because we do speak Spanish. We ended up translating it from English into Spanish, handwritten inside the card. We left them a rock. The rock, they can write their anniversary date. They can write a little story and leave it on our hiking trails on the property. We also provide them with journals, so they can actually even talk about their experience or their life or whatever they want to put in these books. We have these here. You're building an emotional connection with these people. You're going above and beyond what they're expecting. Aside from that, because it was their anniversary, we even bought them a bottle of wine. Again, they did not request any of this stuff. We just added it to the list to provide for them, because we are here to exceed expectations. We are here to provide a unique experience. We are here to make people happy. When you make people happy, when you exceed expectations, you're going to be rewarded as well, and the source of income, right? If you're not meeting expectations or exceeding expectations, preferably exceeding, obviously, people are not going to be coming back. Again, to say that every single one of them is going to be exceeded is kind of hard to say. Obviously, you try for that, but let's say 5 years down the road, you mess up one time. It might happen, but I never say never, because you never actually know, right? You never know. You can have everyone has an off day, right? You just hope it never happens. But exceeding expectations are very important, because they're already expecting X and you give them Y, which is even better. So now they're like really heightened, they're really emotional, they're really happy about your service, your product, or whatever they are purchasing from you. So that's one thing I have learned from, mainly from hosting as well on Airbnb, as well as the hunting business. Just exceeding expectations goes a long way. You get a lot more referrals. People are a lot more willing to talk about your business. They become some of the biggest advocates for your business if you make them very, very satisfied. So I just wanted to leave it there, guys. I hope you gained some information, some knowledge, or provided some inspiration for you guys. Like I said, these are just some of the 3 things that I have learned since running businesses, and I thought I'd share it with everyone else. Well, guys, appreciate you guys watching. Until next time, be careful, be good, take care, and God bless. I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.